I just have to tell y'all what happened to me yesterday. Yesterday, I had to walk to the library. I have to catch a bus a certain distance. I have to walk to the library. So, as I was coming back from the library and walking back to the bus stop, it's a good 25 minute walk. At some point, I crossed the street and I heard this. I saw this red SUV pull up and just start blowing and blowing and blowing. So I'm thinking, okay, I guess somebody trying to holler at me. Not that it happens every day, because it doesn't, but for whatever reason, I thought, well, this person must think I'm just drop dead gorgeous, because they just blowing, 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 and blowing. So I ignored them, because I'm not really on that. I'm not one of those, like, I don't, what I'm gonna do? I'm just a little innocent church girl. I don't know nothing about that life. So I kept going, and I kept going, and they still beep, 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 beep. So I'm thinking it's a brother trying to holler at me. Like, some man out here just think I'm just drop dead gorgeous. Like, he just think I'm so fine. He trying to get at me. So, child, I started running. I started walking a little faster. I had to get away. I said, dog, what is going on? I told you I'm not used to that. I'm a little church girl. I'm a little innocent. So, child, I kept going, and the horn kept going. And so what I said was, okay, wait a minute. The way they blowing this horn, I must have dropped something. So I'm looking at my purse, make sure I got my keys, make sure I ain't dropped no credit card or nothing, or my debit card, make sure I got everything. And then I had my little cap on my head, right? I had my little gym outfit on. So I said, okay. And then I said, oh, my cap fell off. So that's when I turned around. I said, okay, they trying to let me know my cap fell out. So I turned around, and lo and behold, it's somebody's blowing, and it's an older white man in the SUV with his wife, and he says, you dropped your hat. And I said, oh my goodness, I am so sorry. And I got a little closer, and I said, I'm so sorry, I apologize, I thought somebody was trying to holler at me. He gets all the way out of the car. Mind you, cars are right here trying to turn into the parking lot. He sat at that, okay, this is the thing, y'all, it's like a little, where it's got like stores, restaurants. He sat there blowing at me the whole time for like maybe a good 2 or 3 minutes, when he could have just left over a hat. And I say all that to say there are good people in this world. Not only did he do that when I got up, he got out the car because cars were literally right here about to turn in. He opened the door, the SUV, and got it and picked my hat up. He said, I don't want anybody to run over it. I said, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. I said, thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless you. I said, please don't do that anymore. It's dangerous. He said, I know, but I don't want nobody to run it over. This older white man thought enough of this little black girl to sit in that space where he could have just drove off and went about his life with his wife. They probably rich, well off, but they was kind enough to care about little old somebody like me. And it touched my heart because out here in Plano, I have experienced a little bit of racism. And I know it's ignorant to say every white person or every somebody is racist, because that can go both ways. Black people, anybody can be racist, but I have experienced it, to say the least. And then sometimes I think people may be too bougie, where they just, I don't want, and so I've experienced some of that, but not a lot. I've also seen some kind people, but it just let me know that everybody's not the same. There are good white people, like there are good black people, like there are good Asian people, and there's bad and good. But I needed to see that because I saw the opposite of that. I had 2 bad experiences in that Jimmy Johnson's right up the street from where I was, and at this McDonald's with Caucasians and Hispanics, both Europeans. And I needed to see that display of love from a European person. I think God did it on purpose. Not that I'm worthy, I'm not, but I think God was talking to me. He was letting me know it's some good white people out here, just like it's some good black people out here. It's bad and good people in every race. But I, as a little black girl that experienced a little bit of racism that I did, I needed to see that, because he was saying they're not all alike, like y'all not all alike. And I told him, I shared with him Acts 2:38, and he said that's right. So I believe that gentleman was saved. He had the love of God, but it touched my heart because he went the extra mile for a little old black girl in her hat. And this ain't no Audrey Hepburn, Diana Ross mahogany hat. This is a snapback hat with a spade on it. And he looked like he was wealthy, and his wife, she just sitting there. Very sweet older white couple. And I needed that because God is love. And I said, if this man went the extra mile to give me my hat, God is showing me that there are people with the love of Christ in them, regardless of their race and regardless of what I've experienced. And I said, he really displayed the love of Christ. He didn't have to do that. He could have just went about his bit. Then he did the most by stepping out, getting in front of traffic, not in the street, but where you finna turn. These cars are trying to turn. He gets out, picks up my hat, y'all, walks over to where I was as I'm trying to approach, and gives me my hat. And I said, God is love. I said, sir, you didn't have to do that. He went the extra mile. He sat there. He waited. He kept blowing. He could have said, forget it, and went on. He sat and waited till I turned around, and he kept getting my attention till I finally turned around. And I mean, I had walked way up from him. He could have been nowhere. And you know what that kind of reminds me of as I'm talking the love of Jesus? Jesus be calling us back. Come back. We done backslid, or we out in the world, we partying. Okay, you that relationship failed. You survived domestic violence. Come back. Now you done went over to homosexuality. Now you're drunk, or now you're drunk. Instead, Jesus like, come back. He ain't said forget you. I don't want you no more. You too dirty. He's still right there like, come back. This white man could have left him and his wife. They're a rich couple, but they had the love of God. He cared so much for a little old black girl that he didn't know that he wanted me just to get my little snapback hat. He didn't care that, oh, this little, what she got on, or none of this. She looked too urban, like some people do. He really cared enough to return my hat. And when I'm thinking about it, it reminds me of the love of God. He should have been, oh, no, they too dirty. What they wearing, what they doing, what they going. They've been too sinning. He steady like, here I am, my child, come back to me. I've been waiting all this time. And when we come back, he's saying, I love you. And what I got from that older white gentleman and his wife yesterday was a display of love and going the extra mile that he didn't have to do over a hat. He just wanted to return and then he said, I didn't want nobody to run it over. God keeping us when we in all these sin situations, saying, I didn't want them to I didn't want you to get abused, but you wouldn't listen. You wouldn't have went through that relationship if you would have just came back to me. I would have protected you from that. I didn't want you to go through this, but we steady going. He said, I didn't want nobody to run it over. And he came and gave it to me, just like Jesus. And then when we come back like the prodigal son, he give us everything he had for us anyway. In spite of us not deserving, in spite of us ignoring him and going our way. But it showed me, y'all, that God is love. That white man, he touched my heart. And his wife just sat there so sweet. And he was so full of love. And I told him, Acts 2:38, and I said, God bless you. He said, that's right. I mean, and I needed that, y'all. And as a black girl in Dallas, and when I went out and Denton, I experienced some racism. So when I'm seeing certain things, I hold on to him because I know God is talking to me. He's saying God is love. And I know there's some white people out there that saying, girl, shut up. Y'all always playing the victim card. Y'all always playing the race card. But baby, if you don't got this chocolate skin and what I'm trying to say is if you ain't black, you don't know some of the experiences that some of us have experienced, right? Some people haven't. Some people have. So if you don't look like me, you can't sit up there and tell me what I'm doing because you don't know what it's like to be me. And you will never know. And that's okay. But don't sit up there and judge and think somebody playing the victim. God knows everything I've been through. He's seen the things I've been through. So some situation he allows to happen to teach me, to show me that God is love from another race, from the white race. Whether it's a European, Hispanic, Italian, Greek, from the European race, from the Asian, from the Indian. God is talking. God is saying, I am love. I am love. All that little stuff you get caught up. I want to show you one of my children that are white, but they got my spirit. Now watch how he goes the extra mile just to give you a hat, just to tell you, hey, wait, don't leave your hat. Watch how he gets out the car and holds up the other people and not being rude. He could have put himself in danger's way. Somebody could have hit him. I said, please don't do that. That's that. I know, but I don't want nobody to run your hat over. Just like my granddaddy. I mean, and I didn't know my granddaddy until I got older. I met him twice and I felt such love. This white man could have literally been my granddaddy. That's how much love he showed me. And that, 2 or 3 minutes of that interaction. But he was blowing his horn for at least a good 2 to 3 minutes straight. Then he got out the car. I mean, just like a granddaddy would do for their grandchild. I know they're young and they're not paying attention. That's my grandbaby. I got to look out for him. Love. It touched my heart. I had to share it. I just want to remind people that God is love. That even in the midst of everything, this election and everything, families being torn apart, and sometimes God will separate you because of our beliefs, but we shouldn't be separating each other over skin color. When we all come from God, when we all come from Noah's sons, when we all come from the same bloodline, when we all come from the same creator, savior, and redeemer, and that's Jesus Christ. And if God didn't tell you before, because he tells us all every day, whether we want to receive it or not, that God is love. We can't say we know God and love him, and we don't even love our neighbors, who we see every day. Or we don't love them because they're a different skin color than us, or because they're lighter or darker than us, or because of their hair, or because of this, or because of their job, or their economic status, rich or poor. I don't talk to rich people. I don't talk to poor. God is love. That man, when I think about it, he went the extra mile just like I was his granddaughter. Well, I know that's Mike. I know how young people are. And y'all, it just touched my heart. It was something as simple as returning, just letting me know I left the hat, but then him getting out the car. He didn't have to do all that. He went the extra mile, and it showed me the love of God in him. It touched my heart. So I just want to say, love on each other. Black people love on white people. White people love on black people. Let's come together and make a swirl. And then let's love on Hispanics, and let's love on Asians. And we have our differences. And if we mess up, let's go back and get it right. Or at least let's try to keep the peace as best we can, because one day we're going to stand before God for ourselves. And he's going to judge us on how we treated each other. Did we just show love to people that look like us, talked our language, had the same hair, had the same skin? But if we have the Holy Ghost and if we really have Jesus, we show love to everybody, regardless of what they look like. Because it's not just skin folks that's our kin folks, it's God folks. If you in the family of God, I ought to see the Jesus in you. Then he went the extra mile and told me to love and pray for my enemies too. Use discernment. You don't have to play the fool. You don't have to be used, but he said, pray for those that despitefully use you, but use discernment, because people will set you up and unalive you. But he said to pray for them. But God is love. Black people, let's love on white people. We accepted gingers. I extend the invitation to Cajuns because y'all soulful, y'all black, y'all know how to cook, y'all fine. I'm single. If you're trying to do the swirl, come on over here. I love me some fine black men, but I do like me some Cajuns. I'm extending the invitation to Cajuns. Y'all are now officially black. You're welcome to the cookout. God is love. Bye. God bless you. Oh, yeah, I got to show you my outfit because my outfit is super cute. Yes, super cute. You see it. You see it. You see it. Come on, bell bottoms, high waist pants. Let's go, baby. The outfit is outing. She's fitting. Yes, honey. This is so pretty, y'all. I had to, yes. Anyway, it touched my heart and I had to share it. I hope it helps somebody. Y'all love on each other, love, forgive, and let's show the love of God. Because at the end of the day, God said, by this will they know that you are my servants, if you show love one to another.